সন্ধিয়ালৈকে কাম কৰোতে কৰোতে সদায় গাৰ্বি হৈ যায় তাৰ উপৰিও আকৌ মুটু বিখাইছে
ওপৰতে হ'ব শুনজনী ভিতৰ চোৱাটো খালি
এতিয়া আৰু এখন ঘৰত মই একেবাৰে নাথাকো
খবৰদাৰ যদি নিজৰ কথা নাৰাখা নেমাৰিবা সদায় সদায় ভাল নালাগে সদায় সদায় কেৱল মালিচ ভাল লাগে এয়া লোৱা আৰামৰ ৰজা 9বিধ বনৌষধিযুক্ত নৱৰত্ন তেল মূৰৰ বিষ ভাগৰ টেনচন অনিদ্ৰা আঁতৰ কৰিব ইয়াৰ 2 মিনিট মালিচ আৰু আপোনাক কৰি তুলিব কুল নৱৰত্ন তেল
হাজু হওক এআই পৃথিৱীত বিচৰণ কৰিবলৈ আৰু ৰোমাঞ্চিত হ'বলৈ ৰামধেনুৱে লৈ আহিছে আপোনালোকৰ নতুন এআই হোষ্ট এআই পাৰিজাত
নমস্কাৰ অসম মই আপোনালোকৰ এআই হোষ্ট পাৰিজাত মই লৈ আহিছো অসমৰ প্ৰথমটো এআই শ্ব' ৰামধেনু এআই শ্ব' উইথ পাৰিজাত এটা মেছেজ আহিছে মালিগাঁৱৰ পৰা লিখিছে প্ৰিয়াই পাৰিজাত তোমাৰ এআই লুকটো বিৰাট ধুনীয়া দেই তুমি ডেন্স কৰিব পাৰানে
তুমি বেটাৰী খোৱা নে ভাত খোৱা
I don't eat batteries or food. I run on your compliments. What's more difficult? Dialogue.
Now, about 50 missiles from Pakistan has been destroyed last night. And the big story this morning is that there has been firings. There has been artillery gunfire continues along the line of control. There were some loud sounds of blasts were heard in several areas along Jammu and Kashmir. At this point in time, as we speak, the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah is in Jammu to take stock of the situation. Now, it was India's precision S-400 air defense system that saved the day for India yesterday, last night. Now, Pakistan was firing multiple missiles and drones from the Pakistani side, but India could foil these things with the use of their S-400 air defense system. Now, there is need to talk about the S-400 air defense systems. Now, this was Russian-made air defense system. This was acquired by India. This is a US dollar $5.43 billion deal. Amount to 35,000 crore, which Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his government decided to go ahead and acquire from Russia in 2018. The deal was signed in 2018 for 5 squadrons. We get to understand that 4 squadrons are already deployed. Now, this is an extremely lethal and precision air defense equipment, and it can target incoming missiles, whether it is cruise missiles, whether it is ballistic missiles and so on, up to a distance of 600 kilometers, and can engage 36 targets simultaneously using 4 missile systems, 4 missile types. One shot fired from an S-400 can engage 36 targets simultaneously. Now, it's a mobile long range, of course, it's a mobile long range surface to air missile system. Now, America in 2018, when India was trying to procure this and trying to sign this deal, the United States threatened sanctions on India because they said that they will impose sanctions under the Countering America's Adversaries Through Sanction Act, CAATSA Act. They tried to impose this act and impose sanction on India, trying to prevent India from acquiring this S-400 anti-missile air defense system. Now, this is something that is where the political leadership, the vision comes in. Prime Minister Modi decided to go ahead with this acquisition, 35,000 crore rupees. It's a very big deal. 5.43 billion US dollar is the deal. This has been described as one of the most advanced missile defense system used by India last night and day before yesterday to intercept the attack. This is considered to be the deadliest surface-to-air missiles, or SAM, in the world. Now, the S-400 missile defense system is said to be one of the world's most advanced long-range defense system. As I said, China was the first nation to buy the S-400 missile system in 2014. Now, the S-400 has 3 components: missile launchers, powerful radar, and command center. S-400 is considered a major threat by NATO members because of its sheer long-range capabilities. And S-400 can engage almost all types of modern warplanes, and its radar can track targets up to 600 kilometers. Now, this is what India had, and that is what this is what saved the day for India yesterday when a desperate Pakistan unleashed its missiles and drones on the Indian side. I am joined by Group Captain Mohanto Panging, a former Sukhoi pilot, with me, joining from Arunachal Pradesh. I also have with me General Nishikanta Singh, joining from Manipur. Good morning, gentlemen. First, let me go to you, Group Captain Mohanto Panging. The S-400 missiles saved the day for India. None of the Pakistani targets could hit the ground. It was absolutely foiled. They missed the targets. They were destroyed mid-air. Your thoughts?
Good morning, Wasbir. It's nice to be back with you again, talking about what has happened today. Now, the S-400 is a very potent system, like you had brought it up earlier also. But it can detect targets till 600 kilometers and engage till 400 kilometers, and that's how the name S-400. But let me tell you that our Indian air defense system, like I covered yesterday, operates in a principle of layered system defense. So the outermost layer is what you call is the S-400, but we have various others, surface-to-air missiles also, which are capable of taking out enemy missiles and enemy unarmed combat vehicles and drones, or aircraft rather. So we have with us our own indigenous Akash. We have with us the MR SAM, what we call is the MR SAM or the Barak. Then we have also the older generation OSA AKs. And then we have the short-range systems, Spider and Igla series of weapons also we are with us. Now, since it involves a very large front line, I believe so the Pakistanis have sent drones into Uttarlai, Bhuj, and all over, that is Gujarat sector to the Kashmir sector. So multiple air defense systems must have been used, and multiple engagement must have been carried out. And the drones are of different sizes, different calibers, and they fly at a slightly lower speeds and different altitudes. So dealing with drones, even anti-aircraft guns are also used to deal with them. Like I covered earlier, we have this air defense guns also with almost all units. So it will be multiple weapons and multiple sensors which are engaging it.
Yes.
We have to detect them. We have got AWACS, airborne radars. We have got aerostat balloons, which detects them and looks into the enemy territory from the sky. Then we have, of course, our own surface radars, long-range radars, short-range radars, our search radars, acquisition radars, and tracking radars.
Yeah, we also know that in last night's when Indian armed forces used various technologies to repel the Pakistani aerial attempt to attack us, the army had used L-70 guns, ZU-23mm tracer guns to hunt down the Pakistani drones. Now, Group Captain, you know, last night there were missile attacks on Lahore, on Sialkot and so on. That was after the Pakistanis tried to bomb our airports in Jammu and other places and other military establishments, military targets. It was foiled, and after that the Indians unleashed an attack, counter attack, and to hit targets in Lahore and Sialkot, Karachi. And earlier in the day, India has already managed to destroy the air defense systems in Lahore. And last night there were reports that the air early warning system has also been, AWACS have also been destroyed by India. So do you think now India has a definite edge over Pakistan already?
Let me bring forward to you the Sudarshan. It has got a range of, like I said, 400 kilometers. Now, if it is inside our Indian borders also, it is looking inside by at least 390 to 400 kilometers inside Pakistani airspace. So, for a airborne early warning system of Pakistan, which was likely to have been shot down, for them to look inside Indian airspace also, they have to fly near the border. Let's say to come within 200 kilometers near the border. So, depending on the strategic location of our Sudarshan, obviously we can target them if they come near our the envelope of engagement of the Sudarshan, of the S-400. So it appears so that the airborne early warning system of Pakistan has come within the range of this Sudarshan and has been engaged. And this is possible all through because the range of engagement is so high, and these airborne early warning systems are slow-moving aircraft. They are basically radars fitted on slow-moving aircraft with operators sitting inside. And their aim is to look inside the Indian airspace. Actually, the whole aim is to beat the radar horizon. So if you look from the surface, you are limited because of the curvature of the earth by the radar horizon. But if you look from the air, you can look deep inside. And once you look deep inside, you can pick up the air traffic across the border and guide your fighters and air defense aircraft accordingly. They may be used to guide the drones also.
Right. I will try to bring you an update of what has happened since overnight. I'll ask the producers to come with some updates on what has happened overnight, and there will be a press briefing by the government, and in an hour's time from now we'll also tell you what are lined up. We are trying to find out what is lined up actually at this point in time, so we cannot tell you right now. But apart from that, the press conference, I think there are also multiple events lined up today. Now, I am also supposed to be joined by General Nishikanta Singh from Manipur. I don't know whether General Singh, I can't see him on the screen. Yes, he is not there. That is.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you, General. Thank you. You have yourself heard me and solved my problem to know whether you are there or not. Thank you very much. Good morning to you, General Nishikanta Singh. Last night, there were multiple attempts targeted by Pakistan against our military targets, airports, civilian infrastructure, but it was foiled. After that, India launched a counterattack hitting targets in Lahore and Sialkot and even Karachi. Now there are reports of the Pakistani army chief having been arrested. There is no confirmation to that. And the Baloch rebels have captured parts of Quetta, intensifying the revolt against the Pakistani government. So, lot of fast-paced developments. What are your thoughts this morning, General Nishikanta?
That the terrorists used by the terrorists who attacked on the 2nd of April, they were the strategic assets of the Pakistan army. We all are aware that Pakistan tries to achieve its foreign policy objectives by using all these terrorists. And especially Jassim Ahmad and LET are really considered as their strategic asset, which has been proven by the fact that when there was a barrier, their senior officers were, their military officials were present, and the terrorist was trapped in the Pakistani flag. And regarding the report of the army chief being arrested, it is quite possible, but these days there are not many fake, unconfirmed news floating around. So we'll have to wait for some sort of a more stronger confirmation. Regarding the shooting down of the AWACS, we have to realize that Pakistan is a Pakistan lacks depth. It has got no depth, and so whatever target there is there in the right up to the rear, to the westernmost portion of Pakistan, can really be easily engaged by our armed forces which are flying, which are deployed within the Indian territory because of the modern capability. And what will happen now is, if Pakistan is sensible, they have only one means, that is, they should thank the government of India, they should thank the Indian army, they should thank the Indian defense forces for neutralizing the terrorists who are there in Pakistan whom the Pakistan government has failed to neutralize. In fact, all these camps which were shown earlier, which were engaged by us, they have been in existence when I was in service. I was handling Pakistan for a long time, and we all knew these camps in and out.
Now,
we knew the exact layout
absolutely.
of the rooms where who will be staying.
Yes, General, on the screen are some visuals of shops and other civilian houses damaged in the Pakistani shelling in Jammu and Kashmir. Let's come back to these visuals, please. Let's come back to these houses damaged visuals in Jammu and Kashmir. Let's come back to these visuals, please. Let's come back to these visuals. Yes, these are visuals. These are visuals of houses, etc., being attacked in places like Uri and other parts of Jammu and Kashmir. This was and as we have been reporting, Group Captain and General Nishikanta, that Pakistan, unable to hit military targets, they have targeted civilian locations in Jammu and Kashmir. So these are some of the locals showing the weapons used, ammunition used by the Pakistani during the shelling. This is a calm, quiet Uri, visuals from Uri this morning in Jammu and Kashmir. There is an uneasy calm there following heavy developments last night. We'll quickly flip through our visuals that we have got. Let's not get stuck with one visual. Let us not get stuck with one visual. We will stick. These are visuals of Rajouri. This morning, actually, Rajouri also faced some attacks. There was a security personnel frisking the people, normal routine work being done by the police and the paramilitary forces as the armed forces engage with the terrorists and the Pakistani state in the front lines. Now we also have we have got a breaking news coming in that Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, CDS Anil Chauhan earlier in the morning, they met and will also meet the tri-services chiefs again during the day. Meanwhile, there will be a crucial briefing by the MEA which is slated for 10 a.m. today. Let me go back to Group Captain and General Nishikanta. Group Captain Panging, the United States Vice President, the US Vice President, you see, yesterday the US Secretary of State Rubio spoke to External Affairs Minister Jaishankar, and immediately after that he spoke to the Pakistan Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif. But later in the day, yesterday itself, the American Vice President J.D. Vance said that, well, we are taking a close watch of the situation, but what is happening between India and Pakistan is none of our business. So superficially, it looks like that the Secretary of State and the US Vice President is talking in different languages. But does it indicate that United States is actually happy that India is engaging and trying to eliminate the Pakistan terror factories? I get that kind of an impression when Vance says that it is none of our business and then we are not going to be hard mediate immediately. We'll allow India to take on the Pakistani terrorists at least.
It appears so, because you should also hear the...
Let's increase the video audio.
It appears so because if
How concerned is the administration about
comments of Indian handler, the Pakistani who was executed recently by India.
Let's hold on, Mr. Panging. We don't have your audio. Mr. Panging.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. The statement of the US Vice President appears to be neutral in nature, because basically after the first Operation Sindoor we carried out, we had clarified that we are non-escalatory and we have not hit military targets and we are only going after the terrorist launch pads. And the escalation has been done from the Pakistani side, where they tried on the night of 7th and 8th, 7th/8, they tried to hit our air bases and military installations. So they have escalated. So it appears what stance they have taken appears to be towards justice and towards supporting what India is doing. Basically because of what Pakistan-sponsored, state-sponsored terrorism is going on for too long a time, and action needs to be taken. And this also indicates towards that extradition of the Mr. Tanwara, who was extradited recently from the USA. So these are all indications that most of the friendly countries are standing by us, because we have clarified that we are non-escalatory and we are taking actions to defend ourselves.
Now,
So this,
yeah, absolutely.
Yes, please.
I'm going to General Nishikanta, but do you have the bite of what J.D. Vance actually said? Do you have the sound bite? Yeah, let's listen to what J.D. Vance, the US Vice President, actually said.
How concerned is the administration about the potential for nuclear war between India and Pakistan?
Well, look, we're concerned about any time nuclear powers collide and have a major conflict. What we've said, what Secretary Rubio said, and certainly the President has said, is we want this thing to de-escalate as quickly as possible. We can't control these countries, though. Fundamentally, India has its gripes with Pakistan. Pakistan has responded to India. What we can do is try to encourage these folks to de-escalate a little bit, but we're not going to get involved in the middle of a war that's fundamentally none of our business and has nothing to do with America's ability to control it. You know, America can't tell the Indians to lay down their arms. We can't tell the Pakistanis to lay down their arms. And so we're going to continue to pursue this thing through diplomatic channels. Our hope and our expectation is that this is not going to spiral into a broader regional war or, God forbid, a nuclear conflict.
Right. General
So
Nishikanta.
I'll come on this. It is actually, if you see deep into this statement, it is a tight slap on the face of Pakistan. Pakistan has been doing a lot of nuclear saber rattling, saying that if this conflict takes place, then it will be dangerous to the world, it will be dangerous to the region. So they have been trying to blackmail everyone. And now the US Vice President has made it clear that we are not bothered about your nuclear blackmail. We have our own means to check, and we would want you to de-escalate on your own without interference by anyone. That is the understanding which I feel. And another thing is, they all will be happy by the fact that here is a country which is trying to eliminate terrorism, which is fighting against the terrorism. Now, even China, the Chinese may today be in favor of the Pakistanis, but their own country in Uyghur and others are affected by these terrorists. And these terrorists have willy-nilly links with the Pakistani terrorists. We all know that the mother of terrorism is Pakistan.
Right.
So all these, including the Arab nations today who are hobnobbing with Pakistan, they will also realize sooner or later. And imagine even a country like Afghanistan has tried to de-associate itself from Pakistan because they realize that Pakistan never had a good intention.
Pakistan opposition leader Imran Khan's sister. Pakistan opposition leader Imran Khan's sister. Let's have it on the screen, please. Yes. Former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan's sister Alima Khan has raised serious questions about Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif's claim that Pakistan shot down 5 Indian jets during India's Operation Sindoor. Now, coming from none other than Alima Khan, who is the sister of the main opposition leader who is in jail, she has herself rubbished the claim by the Pakistan Prime Minister that they have shot down 5 Indian planes. Now, Alima Khan accused Sharif of spreading falsehoods, countering the statement in the National Assembly where he claimed that 80 Indian aircraft carried out air strikes deep inside Pakistan. Let's listen into what Imran Khan's sister Alima Khan has said.
मीडिया पे हैं जरा देखें तो सही, क्योंकि आपको शायद जंग का पता नहीं। मेरे हस्बैंड एयरफोर्स में थे, मेरे बहनोई भी एयरफोर्स में थे। ये जो क्लेम कर रहे हैं कि इन्होंने जहाज गिराए हैं, वो जो नवाज शरीफ की हुकूमत क्लेम कर रही है ना, तो यहाँ पे ड्रोन अंदर आ रहा है, मतलब इंडिया से अंदर पिंडी तक पहुँच रहे हैं। पिंडी तक पहुँचे कैसे?
So this is the state of affairs where they are talking in different languages. They are talking the truth. Actually, the opposition leader Imran Khan's sisters has rubbished Pakistan Prime Minister's claim. Then earlier their own defense minister said that they have linkages with terrorists. Their former foreign minister and opposition leader Bilawal Bhutto said that they have linkages with terrorists. And the world has seen after Operation Sindoor has conclusively proved that the Pakistani state is working together and hand in glove with terrorists, because during the funeral as general and group captain, we all have seen the coffins of terrorists were draped in the Pakistani national flag, and all the senior army officials attended their burial rites, their janaza, and carried there were also some of the army officials were pallbearers. So that has been exposed to the whole world. Meanwhile, breaking news coming in that Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma has appealed to people in the state to conclude the Bihu festive season and cancel all remaining Bihu festivals or festivities scheduled from the 10th of May onward. In a post on X, Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma recognized the joyful celebration of Bihu across Assam and thanked everybody for their participation. However, he noted that it is time we bring it to a close. Obviously, he said this in view of the situation that the country is facing. We'll go for a very short break. I have my esteemed panelists with me. I'll be with them immediately after this very short break.
You are watching Northeast Live, the region's largest English and Hindi news network.
সাজু হওক এআই পৃথিৱীত বিচৰণ কৰিবলৈ আৰু ৰোমাঞ্চিত হ'বলৈ। ৰামধেনুৱে লৈ আহিছে আপোনালোকৰ নতুন এআই হোষ্ট এআই পাৰিজাত।
নমস্কাৰ অসম, মই আপোনালোকৰ এআই হোষ্ট পাৰিজাত। মই লৈ আহিছোঁ অসমৰ প্ৰথমটো এআই শ্ব' ৰামধেনু এআই শ্ব' উইথ পাৰিজাত। এটা মেছেজ আহিছে মালিগাঁৱৰ পৰা, লিখিছে প্ৰিয়াই। পাৰিজাত, তোমাৰ এআই লুকটো বিৰাট ধুনীয়া দেই। তুমি ডেন্স কৰিব পাৰানে?
তুমি বেটাৰী খোৱা নে ভাত খোৱা?
I don't eat batteries or food. I run on your compliments. What's more difficult? Dialogue ya diet?
Diet.
First ever AI show on Ramdhenu. First ever in Assamese television. Ramdhenu AI show with AI Parijat starts 10th May, 7 p.m. Repeats every day.
নিয়মীয়া বাৰ্তাৰ দেওবৰীয়া পৰিপূৰিকা সুকন্যাৰ এইবাৰৰ বিশেষ আকৰ্ষণ আন্তঃৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় টাইকোৱাণ্ডো খেলুৱৈ ৰদালী বৰুৱাৰ সৈতে জ্যেষ্ঠ সাংবাদিক কুমুদ তালুকদাৰৰ আছুতীয়া সাক্ষাৎকাৰ। ক্ৰিয়া কেতিয়া কেৰিয়াৰ
Pakistani troops resumed firing across the line of control, including Kupwara and Uri early this morning. This came after Indian Army foiled Pakistan's military's attempts to target 15 cities in northern and western India using drones and missiles on Thursday night. The drone and missile attacks by the neighboring country were reported from Gujarat, Punjab, Rajasthan and Jammu and Kashmir, prompting authorities to activate the air defense systems. And we saw sirens blaring, and there was a complete blackout that was enforced in most areas. Sources said Pakistan's F-16 was shot down by the Indian forces in the Pathankot area, although an official confirmation is awaited. Visuals from the ground show burnt and broken houses and shops in a border village of Jammu and Kashmir and elsewhere after Pakistan resorted to heavy shelling on Thursday night. Air raid sirens were heard in Amritsar early in the morning. Drones were reportedly seen near the BSF and Army base camp in Khasa. No damage of any kind has been reported. Now, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh is chairing a high-level meeting amid rising India-Pakistan escalation. Rajnath Singh is in a meeting with private services chiefs and the Chief of Defense Staff. These are the latest visuals of civilian targets or civilian locations being hit by Pakistani shelling. There will be a government briefing shortly we will go live to that. We have some time for that, of course. Let me go back to Group Captain Montopanging. Group Captain, what is your prediction? I mean, do you consider this as a full-scale war, or you still don't think it is war yet?
That's the question everyone is asking. According to me, the next 2 days, that is today and tomorrow, is very critical. What I foresee is that similar kinds of use of UAVs and drones and missiles will keep happening for the next 2 days unless something else majorly escalates. So today and tomorrow is very critical, and let's wait for a briefing that we are waiting for, what they come up with the briefing by MEA and Colonel Qureshi and Wing Commander Vyomika Singh. Because tonight what happens and tomorrow, these two are very critical days, and as per me, it might de-escalate if the Pakistanis continue with this UAV attacks and the missile attacks, and instead of carrying out any ground offensive.
No, another thing I want to ask you, Group Captain, how much impact, how much does it impact Pakistan losing at least 3 aircrafts, if not 4, within hours of the escalation reaching that level? This is, even in the early stage, Pakistan has lost 3 to 4 aircrafts already. So what kind of an impact does it have on an air force of a country like Pakistan?
So this might be the first case of downing a JF-17 aircraft, which is a Pakistan product JF-17 aircraft. It must be the first case where they have been downed. As per reports, 2 JF-17 have been shot down. But what is a major loss would be the shooting down of the airborne early warning and control system, that there are allegations. That is a force multiplier. And earlier, if you remember, in a terror attack, this 3 of their airborne early warning aircraft were damaged on the ground. I believe one of them has been repaired, the other has been lost. So
right.
This is my, the major loss would be the airborne early warning, and this could be history in the sense that this would have been the first combat loss of a JF-17 Chinese made. So we can also assess what kind of products are China manufacturing.
Right. Absolutely, that's a big question there. Now, General Nishikanta, in situations like this, when it may not be a full-scale war, but it is almost war. In situations like this, yes, the army is on the front lines, the infantry is in the front lines, the air force is in the front lines, the navy, but even the paramilitary forces. Now we have very superior firepower of the Indian paramilitary outfits. The Central Armed Police Forces too have very superior firepower, particularly in certain borders, not with Pakistan but with other borders. It is the paramilitary forces which guard the border, whether it is the border with Bangladesh and whether it is the border with Nepal and so on. Now they also play a major role in this kind of a situation, isn't it?
Yes, they do play. They have a very important role, because they have, besides facing the enemy directly, there are sleeper cells, there are saboteurs, there are enemy agents who will try to disrupt us, who will try to send our information to them, and they will be dealt effectively by our paramilitary forces. Plus, in addition to what was the previous question about what will come next, I would like to add that, you see, Pakistan escalated disrupt the normalcy by using their asset to attack on 22nd of April. We have retaliated. So obviously, the Pakistan.
Okay, just hold on, General. I'm sorry. We have a breaking news coming in. Air raid sirens are being heard in Chandigarh. People have been asked to stay indoors. Obviously, air raid sirens being heard in Chandigarh. People have been asked to stay indoors, indicating that there could be some incoming threat from the Pakistan side. This is a big breaking story. Air raid sirens have been heard sounded in Chandigarh. People have been asked to stay indoors, obviously indicating that there is some kind of an impending threat from Pakistan. Now, even as we speak, as far as India is concerned, the Sensex is down by at least 500 points now, and the market is extremely volatile. And if you look at Pakistan, Pakistan is having a very crucial meeting today with the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, because Pakistan's economy is in the brink of collapse. They are waiting for an IMF bailout package, and that crucial discussion is taking place today. Today, the executive board of the International Monetary Fund is scheduled to meet to discuss the extension of a $7 billion loan to Pakistan. Now, the cash-strapped country has foreign exchange reserves of just $10 billion to cover barely 3 months of imports and an external debt burden of over $130 billion. So that's a critical situation. And how long can Pakistan continue with a war with an economy like that? I cut you short, General. Please continue. After that, I'll come to Group Captain Panging.
The Pakistan military has to do some sort of a face-saving maneuver. This face-saving maneuver is in the form of sending drones, in the form of trying to engage some of the targets. Whether they're successful or not, it does not matter to the Pakistani military, because the target of these military operations to the Pakistan military is their own civil population. They want to tell the population that we have done something, and hereby we will call it off. But as far as India is concerned, I am of the opinion that whatever we have done is not enough to deter the Pakistanis in long term, and we have to do something much more so that they do not repeat this funny trick of every time coming and hitting us. So we have to, now that we are having the upper hand, this upper hand must be exploited to teach them a real lesson, and they do not repeat what has been done earlier for the next 5 to 10 years. This is my suggestion. This is what my thinking is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Group Captain, we're talking about the IMF bailout package. Pakistan is seeking a loan of $7 billion. The IMF is meeting today to discuss this because Pakistan has barely $10 million to cover foreign exchange reserve to cover 3 months. Now, they have an overall global debt burden of $131 billion. Now, in a warlike situation like this, how can it impact the Pakistani military?
Majorly, we all know that Pakistan is almost economic breakdown is happening there, and they also, many people call them a failed state. And this IMF, if I'm not wrong, the president happens to be Indian. So many considerations will have been, and now giving them a loan, IMF loan at this critical juncture when a warlike situation exists, I don't think it will be justified. So the IMF, if at all, should delay the discussion that is going on in between a conflict that is going on between India and Pakistan. Sanctioning such a huge loan to Pakistan itself will send a wrong signal. But whatever said so, what happens is we have something called as the war reserves. Every country keeps some war reserves in case of conflicts like this.
Yeah.
And you all have known that they have sold many of their ammunition to Ukraine. So now how they are going to recover this ammunition to fight, I am not sure whether they can sustain even 10-15 days of intense military operations. So with the present day conditions. So I'm sure there are a lot of intellectuals and high-ranking people in IMF considering all these aspects before the sanction a loan. Because sanctioning a loan at this critical juncture will send wrong signals.
Right. Now we've got another breaking story coming in that the Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis is going to chair a high-level security review meeting in Mumbai today. Senior police and administrative officials will attend the meeting. There was a blackout in Bhuj yesterday, and this meeting is crucial. Both Gujarat, also there was alerts in Gujarat. Drones were shot down in Gujarat, and therefore maybe they are not wanting to take a chance, and therefore the financial capital of India, as we all know, is actually in Mumbai. The Mumbai Maharashtra government taking no chances there. Devendra Fadnavis going to chair a very, very high level meeting in a short while from now. We'll go for a very short break. Don't go away. I'll be right back.
You are watching Northeast Live, the region's largest English and Hindi news network.
সাজু হওক এআই পৃথিৱীত বিচৰণ কৰিবলৈ আৰু ৰোমাঞ্চিত হ'বলৈ। ৰামধেনুৱে লৈ আহিছে আপোনালোকৰ নতুন এআই হোষ্ট এআই পাৰিজাত।
নমস্কাৰ অসম, মই আপোনালোকৰ এআই হোষ্ট পাৰিজাত। মই লৈ আহিছোঁ অসমৰ প্ৰথমটো এআই শ্ব' ৰামধেনু এআই শ্ব' উইথ পাৰিজাত। এটা মেছেজ আহিছে মালিগাঁৱৰ পৰা, লিখিছে প্ৰিয়াই। পাৰিজাত, তোমাৰ এআই লুকটো বিৰাট ধুনীয়া দেই। তুমি ডেন্স কৰিব পাৰানে?
তুমি বেটাৰী খোৱা নে ভাত খোৱা?
I don't eat batteries or food. I run on your compliments.
Well, India has launched virtual water bombs against Pakistan. India has opened the floodgates of two major dams in Jammu and Kashmir while releasing waters of the Chenab towards Pakistan. Now, these are visuals of the Salal Dam in Jammu and Kashmir's Riyasi, where the multiple floodgates are open since yesterday. As per reports, 3 gates of the dam were opened and excess water is being released, which will flow into Pakistan. Now, and these are the visuals of the Baglihar Dam in Ramban, where 2 gates have been opened and excess water is being let loose. The release of excess water of the Chenab River from these 2 dams have put Pakistan in a major soup as it stares at a major floods in the lower basin areas. Already floods were witnessed in the lower riparian areas of Pakistan's Punjab province a few days ago. And with the Indus Water Treaty remaining suspended, India has the power of hitting Pakistan with a water bomb amid the escalating tensions, because now that the Indus Water Treaty has been suspended or withdrawn, India is not required to provide any hydrological data to Pakistan. India is withholding data. Pakistan is clueless about when the water is going to flow or when the water is going to be shut, or the flow is halted. The Pakistan is just about clueless. That is the impact of the withdrawal of the Indus Water Treaty. General Nishikanta Singh, China has a huge advantage against India as far as the water flow into India is concerned. But on this case, as far as Pakistan is concerned, it is we who have the control of the waters, whether it is the Indus, whether it is the Jhelum, whether it is the Chenab. And that's what is happening. India has released excess water and that is going to flood Pakistan, and Pakistan will have to deal with it in shortly from now.
See, Pakistan is already a country where there is immense shortage of water. In fact, the people of Sindh and others accuse people of Punjab of taking away their share of water. There is already a lot of problems. So, excessive release or stoppage of water supply is going to in both the ways affect the Pakistani economy. And Pakistani economy is an agriculture-based economy. And as it is, the public is not very happy with the present government. They feel that this government is the weakest government that Pakistan has really had. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a coup after this incident
Yes.
If there is a coup
Yes.
after this incident and military takes over the whole country, because there is the whole idea of this attack on 22nd was
No,
basically
that is what
to enhance
General.
the relevancy of the
General,
military.
you have hit the point. You have talked that there could be a coup in Pakistan where the leadership will maybe unable to deal with India, and there could be an internal coup. Already, General, there are reports that the Pakistan Army Chief General Asim Munir is under arrest. And we don't know whether it is true or not, but the very fact, suppose such kind of a news, you cannot imagine such kind of a news floating around in the Indian social media in today, because Indians are a patriotic bunch of people. Yes, we have black sheeps, they have been taken care of, but in Pakistan there is a free flow of information saying that their army chief is under arrest. What do you think of this?
See, we really cannot, unless we have a confirmatory declaration or some act, we cannot believe, including Western media. I can caution your viewers,
yes,
that please do not believe even the Western media. I remember when I was in the army, Western media telling me, Western intelligence telling me that there are 10,000 Chinese soldiers in POK. In fact, I do not know where have those 10,000 soldiers gone. If you open the papers of 2010-11, you will find that there are media reporting of presence of 10,000 soldiers in POK. So one has to be very careful in dealing with the disinformation put up by the various interested countries. And this information which I am talking about, 10,000 soldiers,
right,
came from the British. From the British. Today I'm laughing because I do not know what happened to those 10,000, because 10,000 is not 100. Which can just vanish. It is a huge amount, huge
absolutely,
number.
Absolutely.
So similarly about this coup, let us wait and see if it happens. We'll have to go forward, India, because we cannot change our neighbors. Pakistan will still remain our neighbor, but the Pakistan can be for their own good. Pakistan could be into 4 different sovereign countries or 5 different sovereign countries like Balochistan, Gilgit-Baltistan, Sindh, and other things. That is what may eventually happen.
Okay. Group Captain Panging, there is, as I started this broadcast by saying that, the Baloch rebels have taken over Quetta. There are unconfirmed reports of the Pakistan Army Chief whereabouts. Nobody knows where he is. And there are also reports of some kind of a major internal revolt against the leadership of Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif. And the General Nishikanta has said that he doesn't rule out the possibility of a coup as they continue to engage with India. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, initial thoughts were that he must be hiding inside a bunker in his headquarters because of the attacks coming, and he will be one of the prime targets. With the kind of statement he gave as a jihadi army chief. So he is one of the prime targets and he must be hiding inside a bunker. But having said so, Pakistan has got a history of such a kind of coups and such kind of revolts from happening within their own establishments, political establishments and others. There is already a feeling among the other provinces also, like Sindh. They also feel deliberated from the heartland Punjab. Domination by the heartland Punjab.
Yes.
So there are, even Taliban has given a statement against the Pakistani actions. So you can see the indications that the writing is on the wall.
Group Captain, breaking news coming in. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Lin Jian said that China has shared its position yesterday on the ongoing situation between India and Pakistan. China says it is concerned over the current developments. India and Pakistan are and will always be each other's neighbors. They are both China's neighbors as well. China opposes all forms of terrorism and urges both sides to act in the larger interest of peace and stability, observe international law, including the UN Charter, remain calm, exercise restraint, and refrain from taking actions that may further complicate the situation. Now, Group Captain Panging, this is a very matured, calibrated response by the Chinese, and the Pakistanis may not be quite happy with this.
So I want to bring out one statement here about the earlier discussion that we had, that we have this Indus Water Treaty signed long ago with Pakistan, but we don't have a water sharing agreement with China. And so since I am also sitting here in Arunachal Pradesh and many of our rivers flow through there, but we don't have a water sharing treaty that can be abrogated. And many experts feel that the Indus Water Treaty itself was an unfair water treaty, unfair to India, from where actually we are the source of the river. But there is a feeling like so. And China, if you all know that they are facing major tensions are going on with Taiwan, and many of the forces are diverted that side, and with every day their fighter aircraft and other aircraft are flying towards Taiwan in the Taiwan Straits.
Engaging
so it is not going to be easy for them also. There it is going to be multiple front for them also.
Engaging in exercises.
As of now.
Absolutely, engaging in exercises along Taiwan. Now, I'll have to end this broadcast, but let me go to General Nishikanta. General, that Chinese statement is absolutely sober and moderate. Their first statement said that we regret the attack inside Pakistan, the first attack where they decimated the terror camps. The Chinese said that we regret the escalation. They did not condemn the Indian side attacking the terror bases. Now today there's a fairly long statement coming out from the Chinese. They have appealed for calm, appealed for restraint, and appealed from taking actions that may further complicate the situation. And as I was asking the group captain, the Pakistani Islamabad may not be that happy with with Beijing's stand.
I fully endorse your view. The Pakistanis would have loved to have a much stronger statement. But the Pakistanis have forgotten history. In all the conflicts with Pakistan, China has really not shown any enthusiasm to be involved because of simple reason. One is to understand. The Chinese mainland, from where they're going to get their troops and others, is at least 1,000 kilometers away from the border with India. Whatever that you have in Tibet is barely enough to guard themselves. But for an offensive, they will require a lot of logistic, including troops and other things, which has to come from the nearest point would be Kunming or Chengdu, Yunnan region. So all this transportation will take a lot of time. So what the Pakistanis have miscalculated is that maybe the Chinese will directly get involved and other things. And Chinese are also considering the campaigning season not coming in, this, that. There are so many things. If I were still serving in the military, I would consider all these things.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me early this morning. Hope to have you again later in the day. And let us end this bulletin. The broadcast continues. Let's end this bulletin with the air raid sirens in Chandigarh.